Thank you for clicking on the link. This is the information session for Tsunami Volleyball 2018-2019. This information session is for our South Premier level teams. Our anticipation is that if you're watching this video, you have participated with us at the Premier level, or you have an extensive knowledge of club volleyball and are just looking for a couple of questions. If you need the full spiel of what our different levels equal to, what our coaches look like, what our tournament schedule, travel schedule, all that kind of stuff. If you need that information, there is an additional video on our homepage of our website, tsunamivolleyball.com. On that video, you'll get all the information, top to bottom, about locations, directions, everything. I invite you to watch that video. For those of you that participated with us last year, this video will cover what is new for the 2018-19 season and just simply fill you in on some of the details. We'll go over pricing and some tournament schedule and all of that. The single biggest change with our Premier program this year is the same change that we're enacting at our elite level, and that is that we're going to a master coach format. We have used versions of master coaching over the years to great success, but we've been apprehensive about certain aspects of it with some justification. This year we have the coaching staff in place that we feel like can do a master coach format and do it well, and that will give you guys the opportunity to get coached by each of our coaches at some point. So you'll spend time obviously with your head coach, but you'll also get to work with multiple other coaches within our club. I think it's a great way for your athlete to hear the same thing repeatedly, but from different voices. Sometimes you just have to hear it a different way in order for it to sink in. As a parent, I'm sure you know exactly what that means. So our practice schedule will now be 2.5 hours long. You will practice from, if you have the 6 to 8:30 slot, 6 to 8 slot, you will now be 6 to 8:30. And if you have the 8 to 10 slot, you will now be 7:30 to 10. That hour-long overlap will be our master coaching time, where we will have each of our coaches working on skill position and small group training during that time. And then later on in the season, towards January, February, that will become competition time, where you will scrimmage each week from 7:30 to 8:30. We had great success last season by combining certain age groups within our Premier program. We will do that again this year. Instead of a 13s team and a 14s team, our intention will be to have 13s and 14s try out together and then put together the best teams that we can. Last year at the 15s, 16s age group, putting the best teams together meant we actually formed a 15 Premier team and 16 Premier teams, but that may not happen. It may be just 16 Premier teams and 15-year-olds are involved in those teams. But we want to make sure that we get a large enough pool of athletes so that we can put similarly skilled athletes together. That way they can advance and they can compete at a similar level. Our practice and competition schedule for our Premier teams will remain the same. You will practice twice a week, play in 4 to 6 local tournaments depending on the age, travel twice. You'll definitely be traveling to Nashville at least one of those times, if not both this season. We're hosting one tournament called Block and Roll, which we will again attend in February. We're trying to figure out where to send you guys for MLK. With the Super Bowl being in town, all of the MLK weekend tournaments that are normally here have all been moved. So we're struggling a little bit to figure out the best place to put you guys. You will again compete in Big South. This year, Big South is for the first time split into 2 weekends. So it will be a little bit different than it has been in the past. However, it is still a national qualifier. One of the big questions that we face at the beginning of each season is what our coaches are going to be assigned per team. We are almost finished with that. We've got a couple of questions still remaining, but some point within the next week to 10 days, we will put out a web page that has all of our coaches listed. Please understand those will be a little bit fluid as we get into tryouts and we see that this particular kid comes out, means that that particular coach can't coach that team because of some high school rules. So it will be 95% complete, but there will still be a little bit of fluidity with it. But we will email you guys and let you know when that page is posted on the website. You can see our open gym schedule here. Before tryouts get here for the older ages, we will possibly put some additional open gym sessions on Sunday afternoons at our South location. You also can see that commitment night is now commitment day. The region moved a 10-day window down to a 5-day window. So on Saturday after tryouts, we will have commitment day from 1 to 4. At that point, you'll come in and do all the normal commitment night stuff, but you won't have to deal with traffic and getting there from work. So we just found it's a lot easier. We'll also have your tournament schedule and all the things that we normally do at commitment night will be there on commitment day. Tryout registration is open on the website. Please go ahead and register in advance. It does save you a little bit of money, but it's a huge asset to us as far as making sure we have enough t-shirts in the right sizes, making sure that we have enough coaches slotted for each of the sessions. So if you guys would do us a favor and register in advance, we would appreciate it. I know this was a super fast information session. I hope that we covered the things that are new. I'm pretty sure that we did. However, as is always, you can call us at the office on that number, or you can reach us on the email address info@tsunamivolleyball.com. That email address goes to Heather, Dunn, and myself. This is Jeff, and we will certainly get back with you. I'm sure there are some questions that we didn't answer that we didn't know we needed to answer. So anyway, as always, we look forward to seeing you guys at tryouts. We're excited about the upcoming season. I think you guys are going to be as well. And thank you again for choosing Tsunami Volleyball.